Derek, commiserations, just sum up how you're feeling at the moment.
Naturally disappointed, a lot of pain and not feeling good about ourselves. You know, I think that beaten by a better team. I think, you know, the difference between, one of the difference between us and Celtic is we can, to take them on in a cup final especially, we can't afford to have some below par performances. We've got to be at our maximum. We need the 8, 9 and 10 playing extremely well, and I don't think we quite got to that today. The Celtic are a good side, we recognise that, we were well beaten. I think they're a team that tests your organisation, and when we did get it right, we were well in the game. I think we had good spells, but when it wasn't right, and there was a couple of opportunities, I know Rogic is a brilliant finish, but we had a couple of opportunities to deal with it. Forrest's a good finish, but he gets too much space, 30 yards for a goal, to get into that and get them running at our back four. And if you get Rogic and Roberts and Forrest and these boys running at your back four, then something can happen for them. And that was our problem. I felt we had to deal with their threat higher up the pitch. And to do that, you have to be brave. And at times we didn't do it enough. When we did do it, we saved ourselves a lot of work and we had some opportunities. I thought set plays were decent, with a chance with Andy. But, you know, chances were few and far between. We can't pretend otherwise, you know. And I think that we said to the players at half-time it was important we won the second half. I really felt that was important for loads of reasons, but let's see what it takes us if we win the second half. And I thought we were far more like ourselves. I thought we defended higher. I thought we squeezed the game, we put them under pressure. I didn't see their better players having as much influence in the game, and I thought we had good spells, but when we get into good areas we never really made the most of that, and it's what you do at those areas, and we needed a goal, and just about to make the change. I was actually about to take Anthony off and put Jaden on and try and go and have a wee bit more of a go and try and force the issue a wee bit, which would have left us open potentially, but unfortunately the penalty was converted in 3-0. We were never going to come back from that, so didn't enjoy that part of the game either. So it's not been the experience we wanted. It was important that we try and pick ourselves up. I believe we're a team that can get back to another final, and hopefully again this year in the Scottish Cup. And I think we can use today's sobering experience to help us and to our advantage get into the next one, because I believe this team, our team, my team, will get to another final, and hopefully the experience of today, the pain of today, helps us win another cup.
Why do you think, you set a certain standards since you've been at the club? Why do you think perhaps today you fell a little bit short, maybe a few below par performances? Yeah,
you know, it's human nature. It's a big game, but I think you've got to look at the strength of the opponent as well. You know, we all know that, but we tried to make sure it was important. We never showed any fear. We had to make the game go away and get after them, and we didn't do that. We didn't quite manage to do that. You know, I don't think there's any disgrace losing to Celtic, this Celtic team. But there's still the disappointment that I know we're better than what we showed. And we had to keep coming forward today. We had to try and ask more questions and have better start positions. And unfortunately, we never quite managed to do that for all the time. We've done it now and then, but to beat Celtic, I think, and to maybe really upset them, we had to do it all the time. But I'm here to support my players. You know, it's you're never quite sure how players react, but it is important. This isn't an end of season defeat. You know, we've got so much more to play for, and there's so much more I expect from my team as well. So we've got plenty to kick on now, and a reminder of the huge support we had today, the brilliant support. I thank them for their efforts and the display and making that effort to come down and get behind us. We're disappointed for them as much as anybody. You know, they're going home, and it's a long way home for everybody when we lose. So hopefully we can have better days going forward, and I firmly believe that.
You had a couple of what-if moments. I mean, Andrew Considine had a great chance with a header. he almost, I know it's the cliche, but he hit it too well and gave the keeper a save. That could have made a difference, at least in the first half.
No, certainly. And again, you've got to try and make the most of any opportunities. We didn't have a lot, but that one certainly was. You know, it was good pace in the delivery. We got Andy free. We did feel that with the size of our team that was an opportunity to ask questions of them. You know, but and I thought by and large our set plays weren't too bad, and but that was a real chance. You know, but I think you're right. I think he just maybe caught it too cleanly, and it made the save a bit more easier.
Is it an example of how far you've come that you're sitting here talking like this?
Who knows, Robert? I mean, it's. I accept that, you know, we expect more of ourselves and maybe people expect more of us now. But I do feel that, I did say before the game, even if we lost this, it was, for me, it was still important that we don't let it derail us. We keep going forward. We try and keep the improvements. You know, I think I've got every confidence in my players, and sometimes, you know, as players there have a certain age, some of them playing their first final, but there's some players there who I'm sure will be better after having that defeat. You know, and but it's a test result. I think for the staff and the players now, it's really important we all stick together and recognise there's plenty to play for. This isn't an end of season defeat. We're halfway into our campaign almost, so we've got loads to look forward to. But I don't mind putting ourselves up there to be shot down. You know, we were huge underdogs today. If anybody looks at it analytically and really looks at the differences, they're huge underdog today. I get that, but you know, I still expected us to win. I still thought we would win the game, and I thought our preparation was good going into it. I thought we were in good form going into it. But like I say, that Celtic team don't need to be at their maximum to beat most teams. And to beat them, I think you probably have to be yourself, and we weren't that today.
Looking ahead to the rest of the season, it would be easy to feel a wee bit sorry for yourself after this defeat and the fact it was a 3-0 scoreline. How important do you think the players use this as a motivation to show that they're better than, you know, it's 3 games against Celtic?
That's the game. That's our job. You know, it's our job to be continually motivated. I don't want to work with players that aren't motivated, so I don't envisage that with a problem. You know, I know my players, and you know, we've still got loads to look forward to. We've got Rangers at Ibrox next Saturday, a great game. You know, so it's December will be a defining one for a lot of teams. I think, you know, we've got 8 games in December. Big, huge demand in my squad. Almost quarter of our league games squeezed into a month. So, you know, it'll have a big bearing on a lot of teams' season, but you know, still loads for us to be encouraged by and loads for us to look forward to. So, there is no alternative other than picking yourself up and going forward again and trying to kind of get the most out of our season, because my players work extremely hard. I see them every day. I know they're driven. I know they're motivated to do well. Sometimes it happens for them, sometimes it doesn't. But you know, hopefully we can be better throughout the season again, and certainly if we can get to another cup final this season.
Derek, if there is a gap between Celtic and the rest, is it a gap that can be bridged?
It's becoming more difficult, but still, as I said to you, I expected to win today. You know, and I still think that teams will beat them. You know, but if Celtic will need to have a poor day, I think, for teams to beat them. The Celtic team seem to have a lot of answers, a lot of firepower. You know, you'd probably say they're probably without Sinclair, who's been every bit as good as any of them this season. So we've still managed to, you know, look at our bench, how strong they are. You know, so I think it's difficult. I think they'll get better again. You know, speaking to Brendan, he'll think you'll get 2 or 3 in January and improve it again. So it becomes more and more difficult, I think. But I still think we can certainly compete with them over 90 minutes. And in a one-off cup final, if we were playing them in the Scottish Cup final at the end of the season, I still believe we can win that one as well, as long as my team learn from it and we keep ourselves right. Thank you.